Hey everyone. I just wanted to come on today and share something that had happened to me over the weekend. And I wanted to do that because I feel like when I learn a lesson, according to the laws of attraction, there are probably other people that are also in my field that probably need to hear the same message and learn from it as well. So I've been working on my book, as you know, and it just went into format editing. And as a part of that, there's a piece of it that I'm asking somebody else to write. Now, somebody else had already written a part of it, and originally I was like, okay, I'll go with that. But there had been some changes, and you'll kind of find out more, later about this. But the important piece is that there was a piece of it that somebody had already written, but it was like a while ago, and I needed to change some decisions about that. So I asked somebody else if they would write the piece, part of the forward. And they said, yeah, I can write it for you, certainly, but it's going to take me probably 6 to 8 weeks. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, geez, this is taking an awful long time, and I really don't want to keep putting things off. And I kind of don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings. I'd already wrote this, and what are other people going to think? Are they going to think, why did you keep putting this off, and that kind of thing? So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just go with that, and I won't wait any longer, and I'll just make sure that it gets put out. So over the weekend, I noticed that I started to put a lot of thought into it, and I'm saying, you know what? I just don't like that feeling in my stomach that I feel like I'm not happy with that decision. And I don't know if you ever, if you connect with this, but if you kind of make a decision and then you kind of get this feeling like you're, that face I just made, like that's almost like that kind of sits in your gut and it sits in your brain, and you're saying, I don't really like how I feel about that decision. Like my body's just telling me, oh, something's just not right about it. So I started to have that feeling this weekend, and I really had to think about what is it that my gut is saying to me, right? Because that kind of yucky feeling that you have in your stomach, it's really your intuition saying that really wasn't the right choice for you. So I really had to think about, why was I making that choice? And when I thought about it, I was thinking about it for a couple of reasons. One is that I was thinking, if I make this other choice, then it's going to put my book out another 6 to 8 weeks and that kind of thing. And then I would be kind of losing my patience and thinking, oh, this is taking too long. But I was also like, I'm wondering if other people are thinking, God, is she really writing a book? Like, she keeps talking about this, but we don't see anything happening. So I was like, what are the other people really going to think if things keep getting put off, right? And then I was thinking, the other reason that I kind of decided not to do it was because I was wondering, what's the other person going to think who already did the work on this? Are they going to think that I don't like them anymore or that kind of thing? And so what I really was finding out, that I'm going to tell you too, because it's probably happening with you, is that I made a decision based on what I think other people are thinking and feeling, right? And we're sort of taught this, right? We're taught, your own feelings about things don't matter. You really need to think about, am I hurting somebody else's feelings or that sort of thing? So we are sort of, as a society, raised to think that we need to make decisions based on what we think other people are going to think, rather than what's in our own gut. So I'm here to tell you now that that's not really how we're meant to live, right? God is spirit. You're the God of your creation. The creator does not want you to live a life based on what other people think, want, and need. They want you to say to yourself, is this a decision that I'm really making because I think it's the right decision to make? Now, I'm not by any means saying that you shouldn't do things to help other people or be mindful of other people's thoughts and feelings. So you have to check in with yourself too and say, if I'm doing this, am I going to make this decision for the right reasons, right? Is this, when I check in and say, why am I doing this? Is there something mean in there? Like, do I mean any ill intent? So if my decisions are going to hurt other people's feelings, I really have to say to myself, am I doing that on purpose? Or am I only making this decision because I don't want to hurt other people's feelings? Right? So I want to have you check in with your own intuition. And if your gut is telling you something, then you need to think about it and say, why am I really making this choice? Is it because I think it's the right choice to make? Or is it because I think that's what other people are going to think? So I checked in with my intuition and figured out for myself that this isn't the right decision for me. And so I kind of made some emails yesterday and said, I'm going to need to make this other decision. I know that I kind of just flip-flopped and that makes me look bad, but I had to check in with myself. So I want to express that to you because I want you to also know that we're raised to think this way, but that's not how we're meant to live. And pay attention to your gut. So I did change my decision, and now I'm going to have to inform certain people that I changed my mind on that, which is probably going to make me look dumb, but what I really need to do is be true to myself. And I also want to express that message to you. And finally, I want to share a quote with you that I heard, and I think it's really important to hear right now. It says, if you avoid conflict to keep the peace, then you engage a war within yourself. So I want you to understand that that war within yourself is not worth it. And a lot of people will say, I'll just deal with that disappointment and that feeling, so I'll make other people happy. That is not how we're meant to live, everybody. So I want to share that with you because it takes a lot of courage to do what you think is the right thing for you in your gut, because everybody may not necessarily be happy with that. So I wanted to pass that on to you and hope that you have a good day. Thanks.